1, 2. Hey, letting you know out there, everybody tune in. We are live out here at Prim for the Worcs finals, the 9th round. We're getting ready for the pro race. Got Chuck Dempsey joining me here, George Antill, as usual. We're going to walk down to the start. We got a wireless camera. We're going to walk down there and see what we can do. We're going to get right down there with the guys and see how far. John, take it easy, buddy. See, 1, 2, test. We're still live. I got the screen up, Kyle, so I got the master in here. Can you hear me out there? Make sure. Test one. I know, but you gotta look at this. Test 1 2. Testing 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Keep it away from the other one. All right, folks. Sorry you're listening to us getting that sound for you. We're going to make this happen. We're live out here. Chuck, I'm going to turn the mic over to you. While I'm going to walk out to the finish line, folks, and see. We have a wireless camera out there, so we're going to try to get that start for you live right there. We'll work on it.
Can you hear us right now? Can you hear me right now? So we're out here, we're just getting ready to get this start on its way. All the guys are on the line. It's a great day, the weather's perfect, a lot of people out here watching. Looks like it's going to be out here, it's going to be a great day for racing, that's for sure. Getting all the people off the start line, getting ready to drop the banner on this deal. Starters getting everybody to cut their engines, getting ready to go live. And they're off. Looks like Robbie Bell's got the whole shot going into the first corner. Second row is just about to get ready to go off the line. Starters getting ready to shut them all down. Let's give them the once over. getting ready to go green right about. Starter's looking at his clock. Guys are getting ready. One more once over. Wham! Green. Number 245's got the hole shot on this line. A little bit bigger of a gate. Starter's got all the engines off right now. Let's give him the once over. Getting ready to go. Getting ready to go. And there they are. First row quads. Starter's getting ready to, got all the engines off. Give him the last 10, 15 seconds. Let's give him the drop. And there they're off. The very last row is the only thing we got left of all the quads.
All right, testing 1, 2, 3 on my mic out here.
Taz is over there. He's got the camera right there. The and quads wait for the calm before the storm for the first lap to get wrapped up here in the Works Sunday's round. Definitely couldn't ask for a better day of racing. We had some early morning sprinkles out there on the course. The water trucks have been out there. Dirt's looking pretty loamy, kind of like chocolate cake. So everything's looking good right now.
I've never been on this. I only tested it. So just you look, this thing is shut off, so you don't have to tell mine. And right now, I'm just talking on this one. I mean, I got to do this and we'll take care of that. Copy that. All right, we need the hot pits clear. Everyone in the hot pits. You know the rules. Stay on the way. Got a mixture. You got ATV and UTV. Okay?
Here comes the guys. First round is number 32, Robbie Bell. He's got the lead, followed by number 1, number 3, and number 213. All pretty tight within a couple seconds of each other. Robbie Bell looks like he's trying to stretch out that lead over second place by about, I don't know, 4 seconds, say. Next gap of riders in, number 246, Dalton Shirley from Acton, California. Looks like he's on the next round, and the first quad coming in right now. Your leader is 422. David Hagarna. Number 39, mixing with some 831, 531, 364. Rounds out your first group of guys out of here for their actual first round. We got a rider down. Looks like he got flopped over the corner. already before the second lap of everything, they actually spread that part pretty quick. So you can tell that this course is pretty tight, twisty, and fast in some sections where they could actually get some room on each other and pull some time.
Hey, Chuck. All right, over with. Well, Robbie Bell doing what he wanted, #1 guy in the ATVs, but Robbie with a hole shot, and definitely, but he had some guys on the tail.
Yeah, he's up
There.
try to put some time on him, get a little break out there, but he's going to have a tough time. These guys and they're pushing hard. These guys are really they're really laying down the speed out here today.
Well, I hope you people at home are enjoying this live coverage. We actually had the camera right there where they started. Now we're back here in 2 spots. Chuck and myself will be keeping, and I got to move over and work the other mic. But doing a great job. We're going to get Colton Udall, Steve Henge, his son, right now, Chuck. So your old Honda right here. We're working with the volume, making sure you guys are hearing out there okay. But we hope you're enjoying a beautiful day out here. Couldn't ask for a better day. Are we back? Shout out to Dave Arnold out there sitting at home recovering, and Colton Udall, come on up, buddy. I'm gonna turn this mic over to Colton. Colton, welcome to the big show, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. It looks like actually my teammate here, Justin Jones, just passed for first place. We got Robbie Bell in second and Gary Sutherland in third. It looks like they're kind of pulling seeds about maybe 5 seconds, but it's quite a race going on. It's been a while since we've seen Justin up front leading, and it looks like he's feeling it pretty good.
Yeah, he's putting a little time on Robbie right there, just on that. What is that? Our 3rd lap out here.
Yeah, I think we got just about to start the third lap, and they might be coming into the hot pits pretty soon here, and Justin's got kind of a decent lead. It looks like it's pretty comfortable. We'll see as the race.
I'm going to just tell you real quick, I'm going to turn it over to Colton. Thank you very much, buddy. I got to go talk to the crowd out here, so I appreciate you coming by, buddy. Everybody out there is watching. I got Dave Arnold texting in. Volume sounds good. We just turned Chuck up a little, so he's going good. Here you go, Colton. Go for it, buddy. Your debut.
Right on. Thank you very much. Yeah, like I was saying, we've got Justin coming in here to the almost to the scoring chute. Looks like Robbie steady pace. The gap's about, what do you say, like maybe a second and a half probably between the top three. 3 seconds between first, second, and third.
Yeah, actually, I just counted them. It's about a 3-second gap right there. Your boy looks like he's had his Wheaties this morning because he's pouring it on strong right now for the third lap, huh?
Yeah, Justin, he's actually recently coming off of an injury where he crashed at the Bob 500 and broke his pelvis and dislocated his hip, and he raced with myself and a few other riders for Ox Motorsports at the 24 Hours last weekend, and rode pretty good, and we had a good race. So now he's out here leading the race and showing these guys what's up.
Well, he must be feeling pretty good. He went around Robbie, and Robbie's no slouch, that's for sure. So he must be feeling good, and he's laying it down out there for sure because he looks really, really comfortable.
Yeah, this whole field, the whole Worcs Pro field, is a bunch of guys that ride really, really well. I know firsthand because I race them all the time. So they're all going really fast, and I think we'll be looking to see the guy. He got a real bad start, but Blaine Thompson, he'll be coming up from the back. He rode real well a couple weeks ago in Ridgecrest at a Big Six, and so it was look for him to be kind of punching through the pack as the race goes on, maybe hour 5.
You guys have come out here and, they ride like they're riding around, they make it really easy, but these guys put in a lot of hard work during the week, training and practicing on the bike, and it ain't easy, to ride these speeds all the time. You miss a weekend and it puts you down like 3 weekends in a row. So coming back from an injury like that, he's looking really good.
Yeah, he's been racing quite a bit, and he's got a lot of fire. He claims to Justin, he's got something to prove, and I keep telling him, just keep riding well, dude. It'll all come to you. But yeah, he's riding good, and same with Robbie, and obviously Gary. I think Gary he's kind of a sleeper. You better look out for him towards the end of the race. He'll just sit back there and stalk you, and then come hour 5, he might pull the trigger, and so you never know this close in the race. We're only on lap 3 now, so it'll be good to see how it all plays out.
So you guys getting ready to go do some Baja racing here in the next few weeks. So what do you got up in store for your who you're riding with and who's doing what sections? If why don't you give us a little bit of an outcome on that right now?
Well, I don't really have an outcome right now on how our sections will go. I have kind of a plot in my head, but Ox Motorsports is going to field 2 teams, myself, Mark Samuels, and Justin Jones, and then we'll be on the 5X bike, and we'll have a 3X bike also. Mark will be starting on that bike, and then Ray Del Salio will be racing, and then we're actually bringing an Australian guy who I raced with when I went over there and did the Fink, and so that'll be our complete team, and then we'll be racing the THR Kawasaki team, the champs from last year, and try to take their plate back and see how it all goes. The course this year, the Baja 1000 is around 850 miles. It heads down the Pacific coast and loops back around El Crucero, which is basically like almost to Bay of LA or Bahia de Los Angeles, and then it goes through San Felipe and heads back to Ensenada. So it's going to be a technical but pretty quick course because not a lot of bumps until you get to San Felipe. So should be a good time. I know a lot of people out there probably listening know a lot about the score, so should be a good race. Looking forward to that. But how about all the other guys out here? I mean, the quad guys are pinning it. We got Bo Barron out here, and bro, do we know who's leading right now?
You know, it's kind of tough. They spread out so far, amongst the other quad line, it's hard to tell who's actually leading.
So the lineup of the Pro ATV guys, we got Robbie Mitchell, number 5, Jeff Hancock, number 9, Mike Sloan, and Colin Webster, David Hagsma, and Bo Barron. Bo Barron I know quite a bit about, and looks like he's been the champ before in Worcs. So we'll see how it comes around. The next lap we'll let you know how the Pro ATV guys are.
If you guys are just tuning in at home, we're here at the Worcs Race. We're on lap 3 of the Pro Riders, and pretty much everyone's on their lap 3 now. Checking in, letting you guys know what's happening here with Colton Udall. He's got some of his teammates out there running today, and pretty excited about that. He's actually leading. You know, Colton, I don't think we could get a better day of riding out right now. I mean, we even had a little bit of sprinkles in the morning, and blue skies, and it's a little cloudy, spotty, but no chance of rain going on from now on. But I think the ground is pretty loamy out there for a Worcs race.
Yeah, you know, I've raced out here quite a bit in Prim, and the course is very sandy. They've done the Worcs crew has done a really good job watering, and the sun's kind of been holding off, so the course looks really good. It's kind of chopped up a bit, but that's what makes for a really good racing course. And so line choice is key here today, and yeah, thanks to Mother Nature, we got a really good course. I'm kind of bumming I'm not out there, but I'll be there next year.
Did you get a chance to go over to the Monster Cup last night, or you're just down here for the Worcs race?
Yeah, I actually just here visiting a friend, and then stopped by Worcs to check it all out. And I didn't see the Monster Cup. Almost made it there, but not quite. So I did see that Ken Roxon had a pretty stellar ride and won 2 out of 3 races. So that's pretty awesome for their team. You know, it's always good to win a race like that. Yeah, we got the pro guys coming in again. Super bright gear on Justin Jones and Gary Sutherland. Robbie Bell's still second. Pretty consistent. It looks like Justin may have pulled about 5 to 6 seconds over Robbie, and then maybe the same gap from maybe 7 seconds from Robbie to Gary Sutherland. So things are starting to spread out. On this lap 3, we got Justin Seeds here in 4th. And coming into the motocross area, we got Eric Yorba and Blaine Thompson. They're battling out pretty hard. We'll see how that turns out later on in the race. And then Travis Coy rounding it out. Looks like about 7th place. Looks like the pro quads coming in. Pro ATV, David Hagsma. Looks like the champ, Bo Barron, right behind him, battling hard. Got now Justin Jones in between the 2 quads. And then Robbie Mitchell rounding on the Pro ATVs in 3rd. solid rides by the top four quads and dirt bikes. It looks like they just kind of opening up just a small lead on each and every guy, you know. So this battle heating up between Eric Yorba and Blaine Thompson. It looks like Thompson's all over Yorba. Travis Coy just shortly after them. Looks like Dalton Sheary coming through scoring and got quite a big lead on all the other Pro 2s. Dalton's been riding really well this year. He's contesting the National Hare and Hound Series, Works Series. We got Chris Kiefer getting a little sideways coming to the scoring. He's a dirt bike test rider, magazine guy, out here riding a Husky and looking flashy in his fresh gear.
The guy right in front of Kiefer looks like he was one of the very few two-strokes that were in the race.
Yeah, that's Dalton Shirey. Dalton Shirey's he's been riding a two-stroke all year. He races for Ty Davis, Husqvarna, and that's that guy goes real good. National Hare and Hounds, he's riding really well. He beats me every time. I can't seem to get him, and then but he's been working on his Grand Prix skills, and it looks like he's got the Pro 2 race pretty much wrapped up by a good 15 to 20 seconds right now. Looks like Pro 2 racer 292. Travis Damon coming around in third. I missed second.
Looks like we got a pretty good crowd out here, people watching the race compared to yesterday's race. It just seems like even though it's Sunday and everybody's trying to get home back to closer to Cali, where majority of the guys are coming from, it still seems like there's a lot of people out here watching, which is pretty cool for the Works Series.
Yeah, there's a nice, decent crowd, and now the sun's just hid behind the clouds and makes it that much better for all the people standing here, especially those fair-skinned like myself. Oh, looks like number 9 Pro ATV's got a issue, something wrapped around his rear axle. Looks like Thor Amador is leading the Pro 2 Lights class on his YZ250. Shredding that thing pretty good. And coming around second, about 15 seconds back, Mitch Anderson, Pro 2 Lights. So a normal pro race usually at a Worcs event runs about 2 hours. I think they cut this one a little short today because of schedules and things like that, and maybe an awards banquet. So looking to see these guys pretty much hold it wide open the whole race because they're not it's not really an endurance style right now. It's going to be about an hour and 20 minute race rather than the normal 2 hours, which takes quite a toll on your body, and it's very important to make sure you're hydrated and energized when you go for that second hour, or you just flatten off and end up dropping back quite a bit.
You know, for the guys at home, I don't, I know ball and everything's really hard. We do it a lot, straining ourselves, but I think riding this kind of a section for an hour and a half is way harder on your body than riding down in ball for an hour and a half. I mean, you get, sometimes down in ball, you get some roads that you can kind of take a breather on and catch your breath, and here it's just nonstop, bump after bump and no real spot to kind of relax.
Yeah, absolutely. This is turns, bumps, everything. This is quite a bit more physically demanding than Baja, depending on the section. I mean, if you're talking an hour and a half in San Felipe, it's quite equal. But skating roads and stuff, it's more technique and brain focus, and down in Mexico compared to here. So it looks like the pro guys are coming back in. Justin Jones opening up his lead and maybe another 4 seconds over Robbie Bell. And looks like the split kind of opened up, maybe another 2 seconds from Robbie Bell to Gary Sutherland. So these guys are kind of starting to settle in and find their pace, and super good for Justin Jones out there leading pretty much his first Worcs race if he can bring it home. So, and again, Justin C's rounding it out in 4th place.
Yeah, probably what's going through Robbie's mind is, hey, I've already got the championship wrapped up. Let's just sit here and get her on the box and not push too hard. No crash, no need to crash since I've already wrapped it all up.
Yeah, absolutely. He's an experienced veteran-style champion, and he definitely knows how to get the job done. So he'll sit back there, wait patiently, and if he can, he'll drop the hammer later. But he'll take second if he has to. Justin coming into the scoring, riding his Henson Honda, prepped by his dad, Gary Sutherland, 4-time AMA national champion. And Robbie Bell coming through on the Precision Concepts Kawasaki, prepped also by his dad. And then the number 1, Gary Sutherland, factory FMF KTM rider. Gary's riding real good also in National Hare and Hounds. He's not just a bit out of the lead at the National Hare and Hound Series behind his teammate Ivan Ramirez. And then Justin, 4th place, Precision Concepts Kawasaki. Bike's probably also prepped by his dad. Got a hard charger coming up. Blaine Thompson looks like he's made a pass on Yorba and pushing pretty hard. Making up a little bit of ground on Seeds. Looks like he could maybe pull off a 4th place if he keeps pushing throughout the race. Got Travis Coy coming around in 5th or 6th, I'm sorry, and now Yorba looks like he's kind of falling off the pace. Might be getting tired or something.
Leaving? Yeah. Where's George at? Yeah, I'm gonna go do banquet stuff.
I'll probably be there.
Okay.
Got the Ty Davis Husqvarna Pro 2 Lights guy, Dalton Sherry. basically just walking away from the Pro 2 class. He's quite the rider. We had already said that.
Got to give it to these quad guys, man. It's pretty rough out there, and they're throwing around these big, heavy machines and hanging on and still laying it down out there. Pretty cool to see them out there riding hard.
Yeah, for sure. The quads are like, those are heavy beasts. They're not quite a car. They're not quite a dirt bike. You can't do what you want with them. You know, they can't straighten out corners. They kind of 50-50 in some of the bumps and stuff. So it's quite a ride. And riding those things there, it's completely different than a dirt bike. You go into a corner and you lean on the inside of the seat rather than waiting the outside peg like a dirt bike. And so these guys, it's quite a rough ride riding a quad, but they're professionals. They know how to do it. They ride those things quite well. I got big respect for some of those top guys. Steven Gibson looks like riding out the pro class, having a solid ride. It looks like he's maybe raced pro a few times. Got Brian Siravag, which is a Pro M ATV guy. Looks like he's got a good ride going on. So why don't you tell us about yourself, Chuck? What are you racing lately?
We just actually got back racing right now from the Curtis Motorsports Trophy Trucks, and we just got back out of Parker this last weekend. And it's actually, this kind of course kind of reminds me of our Parker races. Just had huge whoops, kind of like San Felipe out there. Really rough course. It was only 25 miles long, so it just got beat up pretty bad, pretty fast, and it was a 2-day race.
Right.
So it's
how many miles was it?
You know, it was only a 25-mile course, and we did it 3 laps per day, so it was pretty short overall, right? But it felt like we were in San Felipe the whole time. Just huge 4-foot, 5-foot whoops, and
essentially it was kind of like a Grand Prix style truck course because you got short laps, but a complete beating on the truck and riders or drivers. I'm sorry.
Yeah, for sure. I'm still kind of sore from that race. I mean, even though we're in a trophy truck and we got 3 feet of suspension, you know, the truck weighs 6,000 pounds, and it just hammers you in there. It's not like on a bike where you get to use your legs to kind of keep you from getting beat up. You're just a sitting duck in that seat. So
yeah, that's what I hear. It's quite an abdominal beating, you know, sitting in a truck. So I've yet to actually drive one myself, but it sounds like a good time.
Yeah, you have to come out. We're based out of Las Vegas here, so I'm here like 3-4 days a week, working on trucks, getting them all ready. We're actually talking about doing the 1,000. We weren't doing any of the score stuff this year because we were concentrating on Best in the Desert and building a Dakar car. So we've had our shop pretty busy, and boss called up yesterday and said, "Hey, let's see what we can do about getting to the 1,000." And so we might be down there racing it. So we'll see here pretty quick.
Yeah, that'd be awesome to see you guys down at the Ball 1000 and contesting for that. You know, it's good to see that trophy truck class growing. I know that you know, Roger really appreciated and Score really liked that. You know, the class is growing. But what do you think about like kind of how the championship works? Like, it seems like a lot of trophy truck guys, they just compete in a race here, a race there, and it seems like guys need to kind of take a championship more, you know, I guess competitively, you know, and want to earn that championship in a trophy truck rather than just like okay, I won the San Felipe race, but I'm not showing up to any of the other score events. So I know it's expensive, but it seems like it would bring a little bit more clout to the actual #1 trophy truck.
No, I hear you. You know, it's kind of a crazy deal driving the trucks from racing the motorcycles. Where, you know, when I was racing motorcycles, we always had something to practice on and race on. And here, these trucks cost $500,000. So when you go out and go to practice on them, it just costs so much money. So what we did was we kind of picked a series. We were doing the Best in the Net series. So we're actually running like 5th in points on that for the whole championship. And you know, like I said, we weren't going to race the score stuff, but we decided to come out here and do it. This should be my, I want to say real close to my 30th Baja 1000. So I want to keep the streak going. I got an offer from Mr. O'Neill to come right on his 30 team if I could, you know, if I wasn't doing a truck thing. So somehow I'll be down there. And getting back to, you know, yeah, I wish we could all do that. It's just that some of the guys that are doing the trophy trucks, you know, they're trying to go with some of their sponsors are saying, hey, we want to finish this race for sure, and we want to do these races. Sometimes it's not so much the driver, because, you know, us, we want to drive and race everything, but sometimes it's more dictated on some of the sponsorship that we have.
Right, yeah, I understand that. We go through the same thing with our race team, so it kind of helps me understand where it all comes from. So you mentioned Dakar. You guys are going to race the Dakar, huh?
Yeah, we're actually building a car right now. It's being built. We're actually making our own body and everything on it, so it's been taking some time, a little more than what we wanted, but we're getting there. And you know, our plan was to go race this year, but we know that we're not going to be done in time, and I just don't want to go out there and push it because it's such a gnarly race, and I'd rather be totally set and ready to go. And maybe this year I might actually just go there and check it out. Don't race anything, but just go and see the involvement that it takes.
Yeah, I'd like to do the same thing, actually. I have a huge interest in Dakar and racing it on a motorcycle, and I think I've proved to a lot of people that I can ride that distance, no problem, but navigating is a whole nother story. I just got to find a little bit of you know, budget to go racing, because that definitely is the premier of all off-road racing, I think. As we were talking about Dakar, we had Justin Jones come through and Robbie Bell, and it looks like Gary Sutherland just a little bit ways back. It actually looks like Gary's fading a bit, and Justin Seeds is actually picking up some time on Gary, and we'll see how that rounds out for 3rd place. Looks like Gary's kind of looking back and lost track of the leaders a bit, so, and Justin Jones is real hungry on these guys, so we'll see how that turns out. Looks like the quad guys have pretty much all stayed in a similar position. So, I'm unfamiliar, I'm sorry, Chuck, but have you raced a Dakar race before?
No, this will be our first time going down there. Like I said, I've raced many Bajas and off-road races. Never been to Dakar, so it's a whole total new learning experience for us. That's why our thought was to maybe go there this year just to go check it out, and so we're a little bit prepared going into when we get there next year.
Yeah, that'd be.
Tell the folks at home we're decided to take a camera down to the fence and show them what's going on. Wireless. Go ahead, keep going, do what you're doing. All right.
So it looks like they're going to try to get some coverage for you guys to see the hot pits. And as we were talking about, that looks like Blaine Thompson actually may have had an issue. He was charging up front to 4th, but looks like he's dropped back now to 6th. And his teammate Dalton Shirley is actually picking up some time, so he may have had an issue on his Husky, but hopefully we'll get some live action through the pits. See these guys slide a little sideways through the asphalt. See how their flat tracking skills are.
Yeah, it might give a little bit for the people at home a little perspective on how fast they're really going on these bikes. You know, it's I know when you watch stuff on TV, it kind of looks like we're barely moving, and even in the trucks, you know, you got big 800 horsepower motors, and sometimes it looks like you're just barely moving just because it's on TV. You're out there watching it, man, they come flying by you. these guys out here are putting on a good show, especially, you know, all the top 10 guys are actually they're laying it down out here today.
Yeah, like you said, the speed thing. Like you go to Mexico, or you see it on TV, you see some videos, and it's like, oh, that's all right. But you go to Mexico and you stand next to that course, and you pretty much back up, because if you really knew how much control you guys had, you'd be a lot farther away from the course than you thought. And they're going over bumps. You know, I ride the same bumps on my dirt bike, and obviously you have too. But they're 3-4 feet tall with embedded rock, and it's the speeds are very 60 plus over bumps that most cars couldn't even drive through.
Yeah, you know, I've been racing them for a while now, and it's still, every time I get in them, you know, when you're going over like 110 in the truck, you're going over these big bumps, you still can't really imagine what you're really doing. You're taking a 6,000-pound truck, going through these bumps, and it feels like you're sitting in your couch. You know, it's pretty amazing what the equipment is becoming, you know.
Yeah, maybe sitting on the couch while somebody's punching you in the kidneys, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Your nagging little 5-year-old nephew who wants to play. And you, get away. So as many of these racers take the course, you know, they've pretty much beaten the heck out of what we talked about was a nice, turny, smooth, sandy Prim course. And like we were saying with San Felipe and stuff in the truck, this course also gets super rough. Square edges come up from we got rocks that weren't there before. And so you come around a corner, you're around a corner, and there's a rock that you never saw before. Sometimes you hit that, you get a little sideways. So it's definitely to share perspective on, you know, how tough a race like this is. It really it's an eye opener, and most people think, you know, racing a car, riding a dirt bike, you're just spinning the throttle or pushing the gas, but it's a lot more than that.